Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 of our trip on Independence of the Seas. Today we're in Olden, so sit back, relax and enjoy.
See you in a bit.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Stuart.
And welcome to
Cruising with Stuart and Jeff.
What do you want to do? There's either, obviously you've got the open top glass, or there's the train.
It's the glass on the side of the train.
Yeah.
Keep us a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Probably that then.
Okay. Have you got the wallet?
Yeah, I was just getting that out. City flight seating.
Yeah, but that's the train rounds here. Hello. Hello.
For the train one trip?
Yeah, could we have two?
Yes.
Do you take card?
Yes.
Yeah.
400 krona each, 1 hour, 10 free stops. We are going around the lake, waterfall and center.
Okie doke.
Once we stop for 10 minutes, so you can make nice picture. Later we stop in the center. In center, if you want, you can get off, and later you can take another train and come back for the same ticket. Yes. If
Great.
you want.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you. Thank you. Oh, you want them?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So it works out just short of 30 quid.
Yeah. What we thought it was, yeah.
Nothing. Before this was about quid there.
Yeah.
What's it can? The buses. Yeah.
Welcome to Olden sightseeing. This excursion will last for 1 hour and 10 minutes approximately, and we will offer you a round trip to the Lake of Olden and back to the ship. On our way back, train will stop in the center of the village for going off and on before going back to the ship. Years ago, this quay was the center of Olden, when the steamers from Bergen came alongside the quay. You have already seen the farms on the hillsides of the village. 100 years ago, a farmer could provide food for approximately 5 cows, 20 sheep, and agriculture was the main way of living. Today, it's quite impossible to live only by having these animals. The farmer has to have a secondary income. When the first cars came to Norway, it became evident that roads had to be built, and a new way of living came into being at the end of one of the most beautiful fjords of Norway. The name of the fjord is Nordfjord, and the fjord stretches itself 120 kilometers from the western coast into the country. Finally, the fjord divides itself into three arms: the Bay of Stryn, the Bay of Olden, and finally the Bay of Olden. The name of the municipality. Approximately 1 kilometer further ahead, we will find the new church of Olden. When the train is passing by the church, you will see that the church is tied to the ground with 2 iron wires on each side. The church is standing in the middle of the valley, and in winter time, when the northern winds blow up, the church began shivering. The electric light fell out. Everything got black. Only the terrible creaking in the walls was to be heard. The priest, feeling a certain responsibility for his congregation, shouted out at the top of his voice, "Out immediately! The church is going to fall down." And according to reliable sources, the priest was the first one out. But the church didn't fall down. But in order to be sure, these wires were attached to the tower and bolted in the ground. By flying in the air until the salmon is observed in the river, and the fly will be landed exactly in front of the mouth of the salmon, and the struggle between fishermen and the salmon begins. Lochifossen is the name of this waterfall. At the bottom of the waterfall, the first hydroelectric power station was built here in 1915. This is the first hydroelectric power station ever built in this district. Originally, the station only provided the center of Olden with electric current, but now the station is attached to the national net. There is no salmon passage here in this waterfall, and the salmons are unable to jump up to the outlet of the lake, so there are no salmons in the lake, but there are trout in abundances, with lead at one side so that the bread will float vertically on the surface. Between the bread and the rowing boat there is a line, and on the line there are artificial flies. When the boat is moving across the surface, these flies will be dancing on the surface. And when the trout can see these flies, they will jump up to snatch the flies. And this is, as usual, their last meal. On a hill, approximately 400 get the cows into the cow stable where they got milked. The next morning, she had to do just the same work and carry the milk in a container on her back down to the farm. It was also her duty to fly far from the house. When we can see the setter, we will stop for 10 minutes and you may go out and take some pictures if you want. Solheimsvik is the Norwegian name. The river bridge so that you may have an opportunity to take a picture of the oldest bridge in this district, built in 1860. But do not leave the train, because the train is not going to stop. As you can see, the bridge has got 3 passages of water, but the pillar on the eastern side is constructed like the bow of a ship, to split the current in case of too much water in the river. In spring, when the ice melting begins, there are sometimes inundations which will overflow the fields of the farmers further up in the valley. To avoid damage caused by inundation, the outlet of the lake into this river was lowered to 2 meters in 1940. Up to 1950, tourists were transported in horse carriages across that stony bridge to the quay of the steamer on this moraine. There was no electric current available, and motive power provided by nature itself was taken into use. An open water conduit from a stream from in the hillside made this wheel turn, and the belt from the driving wheel made the threshing machine do its work.
Sorry. Sort of waterfalls like everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of waterfalls, so pretty.
The little hut in.
Little what?
Like the hut and the bridge there, like you wonder how it even survives. go and have a look at it. Wasn't a recording.
No, it's a
and
driver.
you can tell it wasn't. No, I think there was the driver and his mate, and you can tell it was someone actually talking because sometimes he was having to think about the words he was using.
Yeah.
Because obviously they want to talk like Norwegian, don't they? Because that's your natural tongue.
Yes. And some words don't translate particularly well anyway. So.
No. Whereas we know on like these open top ones, we've had them where you're putting headphones in, and really you want a local telling you about it. Really, someone from the area.
We're really like a proper guide on the hop on, hop off.
Well, that's what I was just saying.
Well, that was a really good day, wasn't it?
It was.
So, what exactly is a fjord?
So, a fjord in Norway is a long, narrow and deep inlet of the sea with steep sides or cliffs formed by glacial erosion. So that's sort of what the gentleman was telling us on the train, where it just sort of, obviously over time, everything's just come down, hasn't it?
There is a term that we all know sort of where it is, but don't know exactly where it is as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It also says that these U-shaped valleys, once carved by glaciers, were later flooded by the seas as the glaciers retreated. Norway is known for its stunning fjord landscapes with over 1,000 fjords along its coastline.
So we've been for a good ride around a huge lake, which is glorious views all around, and the grass just looks like it's been everywhere. It just looks like it's been freshly cut. Picture postcard stuff. Beautiful.
But we need what? So you can do like a guided tour. 2.5 hours. 2 hours. Paddleboards, surfboarding. Buy your brown cheese here. I don't want to look at anything because I've already bought mine.
Yeah. Okay, across the road. we walk this way so I can see the front of them both, Stu?
Yeah. As you can see, yes, the door is lower, but you can also see people putting headphones in. So this means you'll have a recording normally, rather than someone actually talking to you. It's strange because in some places, like we did one in New Orleans, and we had no line Linda, and she talked to us all the way around. So it's a shame they all don't do them, especially if you're getting a few people on board, rather than just a driver and a pre-recorded message, really. Because sometimes what happens is they don't match up to where you are either, do they?
No.
So there'll be these points along the way, and they don't match up to where you are. So you're looking on your map, and you're in a total different place.
Let's say next time we come here, we'll definitely go on the sightseeing bus and give you an honest review of that as well.
Well, I hope you enjoyed day 5 with us in Olden. As you can see, it was an absolutely gorgeous place. It was picturesque. Again, like Scotland, you really had to be there to see it, because the pictures and the camera for the videos just really doesn't do the justice that you can see with your own eyes.
And the little train that we went on was fantastic. We definitely recommend it, don't we?
Oh, absolutely, especially because, as you can see in the video, it is run by locals who can tell you actual stuff about it, and it's not a recording, and everything matches to when they're talking to you. So we do absolutely recommend it. But like we said, we will probably give the other one a try next time we go, and then we can do a direct comparison. So hopefully you have enjoyed this, and come back tomorrow or next time for our trip to Sand. I think that's how you pronounce it. Bye for now.
Bye for now.